Hello, everyone that's jumping on. How are you guys doing? Hi, Kritika. I'm very well, thank you. This will be the last live of 2025, and I it's a little bittersweet for me. It's a little bittersweet for me because we've been doing these lives for like religiously. Use that word religiously for the last like year. I will be moving into. I'll wait for a few more people to jump on, but next year we'll be doing 2 lives a month in and around the full and new moon. Today's live will be based around the full moon in Cancer, which is on the 3rd of January. That day I will be working, so we're going to do sort of like a pre-full moon reading. I'm also going to be recording an all signs reading. Today we're going to be going through all the signs, look at your rising first, and then your sun sign. Your rising predominantly will be significant in your life. The first full moon of Cancer, in the first full moon of the year, 3rd of January. Okay, so I mean, it's only Saturday, it's only about 6 days away, this full moon. Happy Sunday evening to you guys. I hope you're all doing really well, and I hope you're relaxing, and if you're working tomorrow, getting ready for the week ahead. Exciting times. I'm looking forward to sort of going back to work this week because my job is super demanding. It's very, very full on, and normally I have around 800 to 1,000 people where I work to look after, not to care for necessarily, but to look after their needs and etc. So I'm looking forward to going back to work and having that less people there, because they're on the holiday. A lot of people are on holiday season mode still, and moving towards the new year. We're nearly at 2026, and I am really excited. I mean, what's 2025 been like for you? Let me know in the comments. To me, it's actually been a very good year. I think I've achieved a few goals, at least one main goal that I'd set my heart out there for to do. And yeah, it's exciting for me to know that I've done it and I can move on to the next stage of my goal. Same goal, just ramp it up a little bit and throw some gym and exercise work into it. It was definitely about my health. For the first house, the first house is in Cancer, of course. So if you're a Cancer rising especially, or sun, this will even amplify for you for next year. Let's get into the readings. Like I said, I will be doing a recorded reading on the full moon in Sagittarius and the new moon. But today is the last live of 2025. Let's move forward with the reads. Okay. So Aries rising. You're a Cancer. Okay, so you're a Cancer sun or rising. Let me know, freedom. If you're a rising Cancer, it's going to be more predominant in your life to do with yourself, right? Yourself. We're going to go into each one of these, but let's start with Aries. We'll talk about Cancer shortly. So Aries, this is in your 4th house of home, family, real estate and roots. Now, we always talk about full moons being, let me just snapshot that because I'm reading off my phone. I want to get it right. We always talk about full moons are about releasing, and yes, they are, but there's a build up to it. We don't just one day wake up and it's a full moon and we go, yeah, I'm done with that, and move on to the next thing. It's a slow burn sometimes. If you're ending a relationship or if you're ending a job, you don't just walk in that day and say I'm quitting, or speak to your partner and say it's over. There's something obviously leading up to certain things. So full moons, it's a time to be receptive, to be open to new possibilities, right? And to take the light and awareness of your emotional body, your physical body, of spirit, right, into account when you're making certain decisions, and on an energetic level during a new moon. What is often going to take place unconsciously because it's that dark moon, right? So things are coming to light, possibly you're getting more clarity. You may not be making major decisions around the full moon or any full moon, but things are being illuminated about what you need to do moving forward. So it's not like a cut off energy. Hey, Eddie. Let's have a look at Aries, home, family, security, okay? Where you've laid your roots in the past 12 months, what you need to sort of like say, I want to change something, I want to do something differently. I'm so itchy. I don't know what's going on with me. My skin's itchy. I've been itching. I'm an itch pot at the moment. I must be eating something or doing something that is not supporting my skin in some sort of way. I don't know why or what. Okay. Aries, fourth house, home, family, security, your roots. You know, you may be thinking or have been thinking about, you know, where you want to live, what sort of boundaries you want to set for yourself, what's something you want to change. You may want to release something in regards to home, family. It could be something to do with, like, you have a rental property, for example. Maybe you have a couple of rental properties. Lucky you. And you're like, no, I need to release one of these. Or perhaps you're in a home and it could be linked to other people and you're deciding, yeah, this home situation isn't working for me anymore. I'm going to start looking for somewhere else to live or whatever. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a cut off energy. Patience, Spirit's asking you to have patience around this full moon in Cancer in regards to people in your home, your family members, where you live, your environment. I'm hearing making a sacred space, so possibly like hermit energy where you're feeling like you want to retreat. And you know what, do so around that full moon. For some of you may want to take like a small holiday or something like that. You may have to have patience in regards to a relationship. For those who have a stellar in Aries, their first, you know, their other house, maybe their 11th house may have to do with groups and people, relationships. So, in your rising, maybe if you've got a Virgo rising, if you're a Cancer sun or a Virgo sun and a Cancer rising, excuse me, maybe you have to be patient in regards to something to do with your home. Maybe you're selling your home and you're waiting for like someone to take a bite and make an offer. It could be anything, but that requires some sort of patience. So just be aware of that. Home, family, where you're supposed to be, your security. Start having a look at, you know, where you want to change things and what's going to be best for you. Okay. Let's have a look at Taurus. I like this with Taurus. It's in your third house. Third house is all about communication. It's about short trips. It can be about, like, you know, friends that live overseas. I don't know why I'm saying that, because it's actually, yeah. Anyway, third house, thinking, communicating, transport, local neighborhood. Perhaps someone you know is leaving the neighborhood. Perhaps you have been trying to communicate with somebody for quite some time, either in a relationship, a friend, a family member, and maybe something isn't hitting home with them, what you're saying and how you're approaching them. So it's time to change something to do with that, possibly, Taurus. Taurus, sun and rising. Let's see what's here. Yeah. This full moon in Cancer could bring up some indecision. The rabbits do talk about fertility. You know, things multiply with rabbits. You know, everybody knows that, how rabbits can multiply quite rapidly. You're indecisive here. It says indecision in regards to, like, what you want to multiply in your life when it comes to people around you, neighbors, short, like, trips, whether you know, maybe you're indecisive, Taurus, about whether to go on this trip or not. Spirit's saying to go. All right, maybe you're stopping communicating with someone and you're deciding whether you should or not communicate with them anymore. Let's have a look at the clarifier for this. Okay, Three of Swords in the reverse. I'm going to bring one more out here. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, so you could be seeing 3-3, and also the indecision card is the number 30 breaking down to a 3. So we have 3-3-3 for you, Taurus. Lots of synchronicity, well, with the numbers there. With numerology, this is about breaking free of a group, possibly, that you've joined, breaking free of a neighborhood, breaking free and just feeling more free. I'm picking up here, Taurus. Let's have a look at Gemini. Ooh, Gemini, second house, money, 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 money. Second house of money, finances, resources, and values. So With the second house, Gemini, this is like, I mean, you are a sign, whether you're sun or rising, that once you made a decision, very much like Taurians, where you made your decision and that's it, and then you'll go hell for leather. I'm hearing like you will put everything into it. So you're possibly making some financial decisions. Maybe you're consolidating some debts, letting go of one thing, joining into another. Perhaps you're looking at your money and your relationship with it. Perhaps you're looking at what you've gained or haven't in 2025, building a new structure for yourself, having some new ideas about how to make money or how to invest money. There's something here about your worth. You could be spending, you could be spending on the full moon, Gemini. And this is Taurus, Libra energy. This is the number 16, breaking down to a 7. Spirit really wants you to, moving into the first part of the year, really focus on what you see as worth, right? Obviously, this is a self energy, very first house energy here, but Spirit's saying like, what do you value? Value has a lot to do with money, right? What do you value? Building your own, like building your legacy, or a legacy here, filling your own cup, knowing your worth a lot more possibly than what you've been through, even in the past 9 years, right? We're at the end of that 9-year cycle. So what do we have? You may be getting communication about new ideas, because swords are about ideas. Swords card wanted to come out, then the Knight of Swords. Something could be coming in quite quickly. I want this in the upright. It's like this is time for a rebirth in regards to your financial situation. So you'll really be looking at your money. You'll be looking at your financial situation and going, how can I bring about a rebirth, a renewal in it that's going to support me with this worth card here? Okay, let's have a look at Cancer. So for those Cancer, moon, sun, oh, I nearly said moon, so we're going to say moon for somebody on here. Cancer, moon, sun, and mainly rising. This is in your first house. Now, it's amazing, Cancer, because first house, start of the year, this year is first house stuff. It actually can be 10th house stuff as well. So 10th house is about your career and status. But your first house is also about body appearance, how you express yourself inwardly and outwardly. But like you may be combining these two, I'm hearing. So, you know, you may be looking at a career or a new career in regards to travel, or a new career in regards to, something that's going to build you up, something you've always possibly wanted to do. Also spending, Cancer, more time on your appearance, your health, having a health regime, a new goal. I know that I have. I'm not a Cancer though. I'm a Capricorn rising. The two don't really relate, but you know, whether you're a Cancer rising or not, the Cancer is the first house of, right, this year you're in your first house on that also full moon on the 3rd of January 2026. So really, whoever's watching, it's still the first house all year, right? So you can watch it and put it to your like story. Okay, we have the kindness card. This is about like if things don't happen or occur exactly for you immediately on this full moon, know that you have all year, right? We're in 2026, the first house is all year. You don't have to like change things about yourself. Don't overextend yourself. I'm hearing, Cancer. You may get excited at the beginning of the year, especially in the first house, right? Saying that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to lose 20 whatever kilos and I'm going pounds or whatever and I'm going to eat healthy, and then you start something and go back to some sort of old habit or pattern or way. Spirit's saying that that's going to happen possibly. They are supporting you. It's the number 7. They are wanting you to be more gentle and kind to yourself. Lay the groundwork. You know, the groundwork can just be journaling or writing it down. Don't overextend yourself. Don't set too many goals or priorities, because you know, you may be disappointed. It takes 6 weeks to make a habit, but also, it takes a lifetime sometimes to make habits, or like 5 minutes. But I don't necessarily believe in that saying, but it does take around 6 to 8 weeks to mentally break one. Okay, so just keep pushing forward, Cancer. Okay. All right. Also, like not dealing with other people, like Lucky Bar, you're getting deleted, okay? Because I don't like body shaming on this channel. It's pretty mean, so it doesn't really affect me, but I won't like let that energy in. Cancer, why have you got this kindness card? Yeah, I mean, just keep doing what's right for you. Keep doing what's right for you, and in the time, honor your body. I'm hearing as well, if you need rest, you need rest. And you know, you may have a lot of things in the hopper. You may have a lot of things you want to accomplish in 2026. We all have, right? It's the first house. But be kind to yourself, be gentle. You don't have to rush this. Leo, 12th house. How interesting. So I love this for Leo. I mean, Leo, fire energy, 12th house. It's a very deep, don't go too deep, don't go too deep, Leo, because you're not that sort of sign, right? So it may be a very uncomfortable feeling for you being in your 12th house of deep physiology, psychology, going deep into your mind, shadow work, karma, retreat. You're not one to shy away, Leo, and retreat anywhere. You're bold and you're out there. So you may be feeling very uncomfortable with this full moon in Cancer. You may feel like you're out of your comfort zone. Spirit is asking you, if you do have any decisions, to do that deep work, to really look at what your relationship is with that person or that job or that situation that you do want to change or not. And it's important that you do what's true for you. Right? Do what's true for you, Spirit's saying. You have this kind of self-empowerment, the number 9. Leo, Spirit wants you to really look at how far you've come in 2025, right? There's something here about empowerment, you know, feeling on your throne here. Leo likes to be on a throne, likes to be seen. So, you know, this full moon for some of you, Leos, rising especially, you may not actually feel that you need to retreat or feel that you need to go into that deep, dark depths of the soul. But, you know, maybe you don't. Some Leos may. But whatever you're doing, look back on 2025. Pat yourself on the back for anything that you've done that has self-empowered you, and you're moving into the first house, as well as the, you know, you're being in the 12th on the full moon in Cancer on the 3rd of January. But I want you to, like, Spirit sort of wants you to take a deep dive of, be truthful and honest with what you need to release, what you need to work on, and that's maybe all you need to do, even maybe just in one meditation or a short meditation on that day. Okay, viral, you're getting blocked. See, this is why I sort of don't, I love you all, but this is why I'm sort of shying away from lives a little bit now as well, because like there's so much people that want your energy, right? It's just crazy. 12th house, Leo, 12th house, taking that deep dive, looking at how far you've come. Don't worry though, Leo, right? This is not comfortable for you at all to do this. Also, when you're taking that deep dive, get excited. This is your energy, one of the, you know, Leo, Sag, Aries, about what new things you want to accomplish. Pat yourself on the back, 10-10 for that completion that has happened in 25. And do the deep dive about the new things. Like, you could turn this around to be an exciting full moon. Not a deep, dark and mysterious one. This card certainly isn't deep, dark and mysterious. It's very like out there. Like you are, Leo. Okay. Virgo, 11th house stuff. I'm a Virgo sun, but I like to look at my rising, which is Capricorn, for those who want to know. 11th house is about friends, groups, community, hopes and aspirations. Maybe there's been some disappointments or no movement, I'm hearing, in regards to friends or groups, especially. Perhaps you've wanted to make friends but just haven't had the time, or haven't met the right people. So you're looking at that, Virgo, right? You're looking at what sort of friendships you want to bring in, what sort of energy you want in your life. You've got the Worth card like Aries had, so you could have Aries in your chart. You're looking at your self-worth. You're looking at Wow, I love this, Virgo. That means you've got to a point where you've put a lot of work into yourself in 2025. Spirit is supporting you, this being the number 7. And you're like, yeah, I am not taking any BS anymore. I thought it's very Capricorn energy for this year, Capricorn. So like me, if you've got a Capricorn rising as well as your Virgo sun, it's like Capricorn this year is going to be like, no, you're not me, you don't energetically... I know I'm talking about Capricorn, but I'm getting somewhere here. You know, you don't, no, you're not vibe with that energy. You don't vibe with that energy. No, you're not right for me. Yeah, you are. Come over here. Let's have a chat. It's that type of energy, because you know your worth, Virgo, that you're bringing in around this full moon. You may get some, because it is release energy, the full moon, you may release some people in your life. Some people may come back into your life as well. I'm hearing like, try come back around again. I mean, use your own discernment about whether that's right for you or not. Judgment energy is here again. I don't know what the Judgment card clarified before. I have to look back. I don't think it was the Worth card, although it would be freaky if it was. You've got this rebirth energy. People are coming out of the woodwork. I'm hearing people from the past. People that are supposed to be in your energetic field. This is like a rebirth in regards to friends, right? So someone could be coming back from the past, but this can be new people surfacing also that are meant to be in your life. So Virgo, and especially you risings, okay, take that as you fit into your story. Let's have a look at Libra, 10th house stuff for Libra. 10th house is about your career and status in the world, your vocation, what you do for work, what you do on your day-to-day. You'll be really looking at this and looking at what you want to build into the year or through the year. Perhaps you've been vulnerable, or you need to be more vulnerable, I'm hearing, Libra, okay? You're using your discernment more when it comes to work, when it comes to like taking a job or not taking it, doing a project within it or not, looking for new work and saying, yeah, that isn't for me, I'm worth better than that. So there's something here about release. Some of you may be releasing a job at this time, or even starting a new one. Releases come with new beginnings, so it can be like starting something new. You have purpose, number 11, which is your sign. So you may be finding, I like this, I like it a lot. So this is definitely about, this is about finding your vocation and purpose. This could be a spiritual purpose. This could be, you know what you want to study at university, college, to be able to step into your true purpose in 2026 and moving forward. So Libra, this is like finding your niche within this big crazy career world that we are in. So many jobs that could be, you know, you could achieve so much. And some of you could be stepping into a spiritual career. This is the spiritual card, or looking more at spirituality, looking at your birth chart, seeing how astrology affects your life, seeing how things like, you know, everything affects through astrology is my religion. I need to make a t-shirt, astrology is my religion. I might put them on my merch in the future. The Queen of Wands is absolutely a beautiful card. She knows what she wants. She knows where she's going. She knows the growth in it. So I think, Libra, this is a really nice reading for you for this full moon. It's like you know your purpose. You know which way you go. You're getting intuitively drawn towards possibly a vocational career. You're finding a career with purpose. Okay, you are. You're finding a career with purpose. Let's look at Scorpio. I like this for Scorpio too. It's in your 9th house of your belief systems. Like, you may be changing a lot of things in your mind about what you believed or what you saw as true. It's also to do with travel. Maybe if you are traveling in 2026, because it is like the setup for the year of the 1st house, right? So even though Scorpio, this is in your 9th house, of your belief system, meaning and travel and education, because it's the first full moon and we're in the first house, like the year of 1 or the year of 10. We'll talk about that later. That's going to be another read. I think that might have to be a whole different video. I believe it's the first house of 10, and it can like trickle into a 1. We'll look at that later, like I said. But Scorpio, 9th house, belief systems, travel. Perhaps you're looking into religion, I'm hearing more, or finding out, like, you've got 2 cards. You're the only sign that's got 2 cards, so let's see what this says. You're coming into unity with some sort of belief system here. Perhaps you have, over the past years, really studied Buddhism or Hinduism or Muslim beliefs and Islam faiths and things like that, okay? Maybe you're coming down to one sort of like belief about something, and I'm hearing like you may be presented or you may be shown something that you're like, yeah, this is the right sort of belief system. It doesn't have to be about religion or a particular like following or anything like that. It can be that you are coming into union, because this is the unity card, with people who share your belief systems. Or if people around you don't share your belief systems ethically, or you just don't vibe with them, you may be releasing them, okay? We have sovereignty. I think Leo had the sovereignty card. So self-empowerment, this is really, really nice. You're becoming more independent. I said this to Maham Moses. I'm deleting you, sorry. I can't be dealing with spammers. Yeah, I don't mess around on my channel, guys, by the way, so just like be careful what you're saying. Queen of Wands, this is definitely very like spirituality. I think this is going to be a year where maybe something happens, Scorpio, and you're like, oh my God, even a paranormal experience. Yes, it happens to me often. Now that I'm open for it. Maybe you're becoming more spiritually open in your beliefs, right? And I do feel that, like I felt that from the beginning here. And maybe you're deciding like as well about how to like, or where to go this year in 2026. So you'll be thinking about that a lot. Sagittarius, Sun and Rising. This is in your 8th house of shared resources, inheritances, the use of your power and exploring mysteries. As with Scorpios, you know, obviously very close sign there in the zodiac wheel. I do feel that like also like spirituality and interesting, possibly, you know, mysteries, and maybe you're interested more in mysteries around this time, even like trying to find the answer to life, trying to find the answer to something. Spirituality is coming up here, even though it's actually not depicted by your 8th house. Shared resources here, right? Inheritances, the use of your power. So a powerful year for you, a powerful full moon definitely in Cancer on the 3rd of January for you. It's also watching your words or being strategic. I'm hearing like how you're explaining something to someone, or like, you know, spending your time, spending your money as well. Resources are about anything tangible, right? Money. Can you use something as well that, like, instead of throwing things away, I'm hearing maybe you can start using something again, or maybe you find something that's been hidden for a long time. Maybe you're like stepping into, it's really strange, I'm getting for you that you're stepping into a new, maybe one of your New Year's resolutions is to like not be in that throwaway society, okay? You have guidance and direction, yeah, being spiritually guided. Eagle spirit is coming up here. You're definitely focusing on one thing in 2026. It's the start of it around this full moon in Cancer. I keep wanting to say in Scorpio. If you have questions, please don't ask them in the feed, guys. And if you spam, I'll delete you. So you need to wait. Thank you. Wow. It's a really powerful full moon for you, Sagittarius. Like, you're realizing what a creator you are, how you can create, how you can use the resources you have, and resources I mean, they don't have to be actually tangible. They can be mental too. You can have a lot of knowledge and wisdom within your mind that's like locked away, and you're releasing something here. You're bringing it out to the world. You're showing the world the real you. You're showing yourself the real you and how powerful you are. So really powerful time. You will be spiritually guided as well. Very spiritual time, especially if you ask Spirit for help with any question that you have. Capricorn, Sun and Rising, this is me. 7th house, relationships, one-to-one interactions. I feel something major is changing. You know, Capricorn, something major could be changing in a long-term relationship, a marriage, how you relate to people. Maybe you're not seeing a person that you normally see as much. You're spending more time on something else. And you're guided to do this. Maybe this is something, I do feel for Capricorns, this is something that's been brewing for a while, and it's almost like this new full moon, the first full moon of 2026 is like Capricorn's waiting for this to say, let's do it, let's go, let's change something. Let's have a look, Capricorn. Integration. I love integration. Yeah, you're coming into union with your higher self. I do feel like you're integrating, because the bottom of the deck was the union card. You're integrating that, the human and the higher self here. You're spending a lot more time. You're planning to spend a lot more time, Capricorn, in 2026 to really like get in touch with Spirit. This is the number 38, which breaks down to 11. We don't break 11 down again. It is a master number. And I believe between now and 2027, it's going to be exponential growth, I'm hearing, because you integrate your human self with your spiritual self. So being that caretaker of your human self, being aware of how powerful you are on a spiritual level through your higher self, talking to Spirit. This reminds me of the Mother Mary, okay? It also reminds me of the halo that's often seen around Jesus, okay? Maybe you're getting more interested in spirituality or prayer as well as meditation. Your integration is joining two things together, but I do feel it's spiritual for you. Let's see what the tarot brings forward, okay? Channeling, you know, if you're a creator or YouTube tarot reader, you know, it would, like, for me, that's why, maybe that's why I was pulled to start my lives, because I really want to spend a lot of time putting that to my channel. Why is this integration card here, the number 11? Yes, spiritual strength. We also have the 5 of Swords. Perhaps you're battling around the full moon. It's almost like you know what you need to do, or you want to do, Capricorn, but it's like, where should I start? Where should I start? Where should I start? I'm going to pull one more card. And then I'm going to look at Aquarius and Pisces will be last, okay? Limit, Virgo energy. Yeah, I have a Virgo sun. This is like following your dreams, but I feel a lot of 2026, Eddie, if you're there, listen to this. I think that you'll be doing this a lot by yourself. Eddie, I don't know if you're there. I don't know if you've got Capricorn in your chart. Look at that, High Priestess. Yeah, you will get where you want to go. You're stepping into 2026 feeling powerful. You're stepping out of it sitting on the throne on top of a mountain, I do feel. If you take Spirit's advice and really integrate the energies that you have within yourself, your mind, and also your soul and your spirit, and integrating everything together, like it's a combination of to make you the best version of yourself that you can be, okay? And the Hermit is like doing it alone. I do feel that you're, you know, following some sort of spiritual path here alone in 2026, and you're starting this around the time of the full moon in Cancer. On the 3rd of January, let's have a look at Aquarius, Sun and Rising. I will be turning the camera around soon so you can just see the table instead of my chest. I'm just having a look at the chat, okay, while I'm reading. Aquarius in your 6th house. So this may be a little bit of a tricky one, I'm hearing. This has got to do with your health, your day-to-day, your daily routine, and possibly even your work, and, you know, obviously what you do on a daily basis. I'm feeling health is coming up a lot here for Aquarius. I feel a disappointment possibly in 2025 if you had a health goal or you had health concerns in 2025. Maybe some of you did. You're revamping something. You're writing a list. You're checking it twice. You're going to the shops. You're buying those supplements and those like healthy food. You're stripping out your fridge and filling it with vegetables and green things. Okay. And you're determined, Aquarius. I'm not saying you can't do it, but you may have to like keep at it for the first 3 months of the year, I'm hearing, okay? Yeah, I mean, the third person, this is Empress energy. You really want to put yourself first in and around this time and moving forward, Aquarius. You are the star energy. The star is a hard worker, right? The Aquarius energy on be interesting to see if we get the Aquarius card for you. But this is very Aquarian energy, as well as Taurus and Libra. But this is self-worth, right? This is, the star, like I was saying before, it had those, I think it's 6 or 7 stars around a giant star, right? You're pouring a lot into yourself here for the full moon and moving forward. And you're a hard worker of the zodiac, super hard worker of the zodiac. You're going to continue with this, but it's going to require dedication, Aquarius, I hear. All right? Don't beat yourself up. If you start something, you don't continue, you can start over again. It's going to be okay. All right, let's have a look and see what's here. The moon. Very strong energy. Full moon, Cancer. You've got the full moon in Cancer card. You're the only one that's got the full moon in Cancer card. I want you to use, Aquarius, this full moon energy to your advantage. The moon card is the full moon. It also can be like a new moon, a dark moon, as we call it here. I feel that something is being illuminated you're going to need to address around this full moon in Cancer. This is full moon in Cancer card. There may be fear attached to it, but Spirit's saying you can do it. This is actually the third time the Queen of Wands has come up. Use this power you have in a spiritual sense to grow something, to set your goals and intentions for 2026 with this first full moon, especially in regards to your health, right? And you will move forward positively. Last but not least is always Pisces. Poor Pisces. It's a good job my son's not into tarot, or maybe he does watch it, I don't know. It'd be always the last one. The last one. Now this is in your 5th house, Pisces sun, but mainly rising if you're a rising Pisces, right? 5th house of children, creativities, hobbies and romance. Always a beautiful house to be in. Children, hobbies, creativity, romance. I'm getting like project, Spirit saying project, or like the process of a project, how to start a project, how to grasp the maybe interesting. So some of you may have children or want to go to someone else for guidance in regards to starting a creative project. Maybe you don't know how to begin something here, okay? You got liberation, change coming with liberation. I love the liberation energy, especially for Pisces. Pisces are very pensive, they're very sensitive, and you're being liberated from something here. I feel it's a creative project or a hobby that you could be thinking about turning into like a vocation, a career, a hustle, side hustle, something like that, okay? Vulnerability, that encompasses you, Pisces. You don't like to be vulnerable. You're already vulnerable enough within. So like liberating yourself from something here, and possibly that's making you feel vulnerable. I feel like a lot of travel coming for you, Pisces. I know this is like house, home, hobbies, friends, children, creativity, but I also feel travel for you, Pisces, is going to be really important in 2026. I'm getting Asian countries as well. I'm getting the actual card of travel here, one of the cards of travel, 8 of Wands. Things are going to start becoming very clear and also going very quickly in regards to especially a creative project. You're going to be very disciplined on it as well. This card has come up. We have 5, 5 and 8. It's actually really healing. Travel at the bottom of the deck with the Chariot. Spirit actually giving you the green light, whatever you're doing right now, to push forward, Pisces. Okay, so this is really nice. You're going to get disciplined about doing something, okay? Your vocation as well, I'm hearing, could be changing, something to do with travel or children or creativity. Really creative year for you, Pisces, where you're going to be vulnerable, you're going to be putting your work out there, you're going to be just like being yourself. Very Virgo energy, actually. in the long run, Virgo, until they actually decide what they're doing. Okay, I'm just going to turn the camera around. We're going to have because I've got it attached to my power bank, that's why I put it over there, but that's okay. I'll get my shit together over here. And if anyone did donate, please let me know now. I haven't really been like looking at that, at the feed. This is the last live of 2025. Just organising things here, guys. It is the last live of 2025. I won't be going live again. I don't know if you all know that, but I have mentioned it a few times this week, right, in my lives. There is reasons. There's a few reasons, but the main reason is I need the time to put content out time. And I'm going like, well, you know, you guys, if you want a private reading from me, you can contact me. That's number one. And I will be doing 2 lives a month, one around the full moon and the new moon, okay? So, let's have a look at the chat. Eddie donated for 2. Let's have a look, Eddie. Post your first question. If you want me to use certain cards, Eddie, let me know. Otherwise, if you want me to just do what I do, then also let me know. Okay. I think you guys think I'm joking. Someone online yesterday saying, you're joking, right? Like, seriously? Because I've been doing it for so long now, like about a year, a good 12 months. I've been live every day when I'm not working, and like it does take its toll. Like I'm getting a lot of grounding energy, or have been in the past couple of months, and that's sort of spirit saying to me, you need to step away from this. Like, it's draining my energy. It's like people asking the same shit different day all the time, and it's just like, really, like I told you, like this. I even said to someone, you can't ask that question, I'm over it. The other day, it's like, no, I'm just going to be more my authentic self. If you can't like cope with that, you can't cope with it. But like, I can't cope with it. I can't cope with it. It's too hard. Okay, what is Stacey struggling with that she isn't telling me? Candice, thank you. So after Eddie, we've got Candice. And those 2 lives a month I will be doing will be long lives, right? There, yeah, there's the confirmation beat, spirit saying stick to that. Okay. Stick to what you just said, Trudy. I've got a lot to do this year, guys. I've got a lot in the hopper in regards to my channel. All right, let's have a look. What cards do I want to use, Eddie? All right, I'm going to say something. Spirit saying, just say it. The beautiful picture that you put out for your Christmas thing on FB, right? You together. But when I looked into it, like I blew up the picture and I looked at your face, I looked at her face, and I was like, something's not right here. Right? And I was like, should I tell Eddie or not? And I was like, no, he'll figure it out. He's big enough and ugly enough to figure it out. It's her eyes. I don't know. There's some sort of sadness in there, or something that's like sadness. Yeah, just sadness. Not being happy, never being satisfied. Disappointment. It's not even disappointment. It's like a sadness. Okay. All right. Okay. I do feel I'm getting this saying like, hold on a second, Eddie, I want to get it right because this is important. I do feel, and Spirit saying it's important for your own growth, because something may be like, you may feel like she's draining your energy or holding you back. I'm not saying she's using magic, but I do feel in some sort of way she has like an attachment to her that she needs to release and cut and cord cut, whether it be a person or just her energy. I'm not saying she hasn't been through a lot. I do feel actually she's been through quite a lot. in her life. Even now, my mind's blanking, like something is trying to stop me from bringing the messages forward, but we're going to bring them forward anyway. Passion. I don't feel this is now. I feel this is past energy, because I'm really picking up a lot of past energy where I want to talk about the past, because it's the past that has made her into who she is and makes us all into who we are. And unless we acknowledge it and work then upon it, then we can't really advance. We get stuck in hanged man mode, right? We get stuck trying to see a different or different way out, okay? Let's delete that person. Okay, she's holding us up back. She's no boundaries. I feel that here people have used her in the past through sexuality. People know how to push her buttons. People know how to infiltrate her energy and how to get what they want out of her. Very narcissistic energy attached to her in the past, okay? I'm picking up the name Colin or Cole. I don't know if that means anything to you, but just park it if it doesn't and look at that later maybe. Something will come up. Like, she wants to be loved. There's this, yes, thank you, Spirit. There's an inner child here that was not loved the way she was supposed to be loved, possibly when she was a child, right? That she didn't get the love and affection and attention. So anytime she gets it from anyone, she takes it with both hands, because she hasn't healed the inner child. She hasn't come to the point in her life where she's matured enough to say, right, this is what's happened to me in my life. Let me do my healing and let me move forward in a mature adult way into be the best version of myself that I can be, where other people don't feed on this energy. There's a lot of naivety and vulnerability attached to her, but it's only because of childhood, right? Right. Divine design. It's almost like she was and she could have had an amazing childhood. There's always something, right? There's always something that fucks it up, okay? And it can be the simplest little thing, or something that happened on one day that can fuck up a lot of things for people, right? So there's something about her being brought up here where she was she had to do what she was told. It didn't have to be it was strict, but in sort of like a loving way, or it could have been not a loving way. She had to do what she was told, wear what she was told to wear, speak when spoken to. It was like, I feel very a regimented American girl though, right? / if that makes sense, okay? Where she was really designed. Who you see today was designed. It's not who she really is, right deep down. She doesn't know who that is, but she needs to, on a psychological level, find that out if she wants to change. There's a lot of vulnerability, naivety. And it's like, that's what's sad, because she doesn't really, everyone else can see it except her. Because she's not happy. Yeah, oh my God. Okay, so that's the Spirit, clarifying. She feels like a childhood was possibly taken away from her. She maybe had to spend a lot of time nurturing her siblings or others in general. And there's the card of vulnerability. The Fawn. Feeling like she's that small fish in a big pond, not quite knowing how to navigate the world. But you also have to remember, Ellie, that this was a part of her soul lesson and her journey she signed up for. And it's a hard one, because she now needs to address it and acknowledge it, or never. or never acknowledge it and address it and just continue all through her life, like not learning to be strong and not learning to be courageous and not learning to rely upon herself. So this is like a headache for you. This worries you because you know that either something will happen and Spirit will create a tower where she's going to have to look at it, and who knows what that tower could be or bring, right? She doesn't feel like she ever has enough. There's a feeling here of I don't have enough. I don't have exactly what I deserve. But then she doesn't know what she deserves because she doesn't know her worth enough. Does that make sense? All right. Hi Stella, thank you. Eight of Pentacles. She needs to work really hard upon this if she's going to like succeed and change. I don't know whether you can show this video. Maybe you can. I don't feel I'm saying anything derogatory. I feel it's just like the way it is. The mother energy may be very significant here in her life. Spirit saying what you didn't see in a mother or another. A mother or another, could be an aunt or somebody. It could be like what she didn't have or what she didn't see in that she needs to build within herself, right? She needs to build within herself because there's a lot of growth to be had, but it's also like available to her to grow. And I'm not talking about a physical level at all. I'm not talking about the way she looks or, you know, it's there's something about she's trying to prove something to herself as well, but I can't grasp what that is quite yet. There's some sort of, I want to keep that in the reverse. Things haven't been fair for her. She was designed the way she was, like we all do, but when we're spiritual and when we're awakening and ascending, we know what faults we have. We know what's going to put us on more spiritual paths to support and help others and support ourselves through our life. And that's what's going on here, where she's not aware. Or maybe she is somewhere at a deep, dark level. She knows what she has to change, but that gets quelled and pushed down by all the other people that want to feed upon her. Other people see what she's capable of. This is the thing. Other people see what she's capable of and what she has to give. And that's when they take and know that she's open to talking to them or energetically feeding from them in any sort of way. Or, you know, Stacey will do this for me, or Stacey will pick up the phone, right? And a lot of her lessons has been about relationships with the Lover's card, okay? She's been very vulnerable in relationships because she wants to feel like the Empress. Perhaps people have inadvertently made her feel like that, but it doesn't mean to say that they weren't aware that they didn't, like they wanted to make her feel like that so they could take something from her. Maybe that's what she isn't aware of. Okay. Ace of Wands, Three of Wands in reverse, but I want to put it in the upright. There's definitely something here about you being the teacher, or you like making her aware of what she needs to know, or what she needs to be aware of, or it's almost like even if you didn't end up with Stacey, you sort of like, you still see her as a human being, and it's frustrating for you. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. It's frustrating because you just want her to see what you see. You want her to see what she needs to work on, all these childhood wounds and the vulnerability and the naivety and the not protecting one's energy and letting other people in, right? So there is, yeah, I mean, the Hierophant, right? Oh, wow. All I'm going to say is I think she's going to be open to bettering herself on a spiritual level, on a mental and emotional level. I think she just doesn't know how to do it, and she's possibly just not really aware of the depth of it, or because it is so deep. And you know, let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start is a long road ahead, and that takes discipline, as you know. As we know, hey Eddie, that takes a lot of discipline and possibly a lot of years of meditating and being alone and asking those questions and talking to spirit. It's not a 5-minute job, right? There is a chance of a rebirth for her, right? There is a chance of a new beginning that could grow, because we got Ace to the 3 to the 8 of Wands, right? It has to be something exciting, because the Wands are exciting energy. The Wands are bold. The Wands are let's do this, right? Let's get interested and let's do this, let's move on this. So like the potential is there, right? And you've got this, but she has to be disciplined. Spirituality would really help her. There is the element of her being successful and having everything she wants and being happy, because there is a sadness, there's an extreme sadness when I looked at that photograph, okay? And I hope that you do show her this video, because maybe she'll get the clarity that she needs. All right, maybe she will get the clarity that she needs from an independent party, all right? From someone who doesn't even know her, know anything about her. What's your second question? What's your second question? I will let you decide which one of these for my second question. Why is she sad, or what do I need to know? Okay, I need to do your second question, because I think I've covered enough, right, in the first. The sadness comes from the childhood wound. The sadness comes from not addressing it, and then at a subconscious level, she's sad but doesn't understand why she's sad. Sometimes she also she's aware of certain things that she pushes to the back of her mind. Right, I'm not going to do those cards. I think, like, let's have a look at let's have a look at what you need to know or do moving forward. Let's use the animal spirit. They're always a beautiful deck for advice. What does Eddie need to know moving forward or do in regards to Stacey? And Spirit's saying it's entirely up to you. You can walk away from this. You can, like, just, but you're not going to do that because you care too much. Not just because you possibly are falling in love with her, but I don't think you are in love with her. Sorry, Eddie. I think a lot of us, we say I love you to people, and especially if we've been with people for years, and then we look and we say, but do I? Because I love her, but I love, like, maybe how she portrays herself or how she looks, but at a soul level, how can you love someone that you don't really know at a soul level? I hope you're making sense. I hope I'm making sense. All right. There is an element of being gentle here, gentle and kind. And knowing that, like, for yourself, if it's meant to be, the universe will provide. I think there needs to be a lot more play in your life, right? It needs to be a lot more play in your life and together. So maybe there's something here. I love you too, Bene. There's something here that you need to discover, what you both like to do together, a hobby, build some sort of foundation, okay, that you can grow on. I'm also seeing the squirrel spirit, which is knowing your worth, but let me see, or is it knowing your worth? Anyway, let's have a look, Eddie. What does Eddie need to do to support the relationship, to support himself within it? I feel like I want to ask that question. definitely play. Definitely finding something that you can both do together. And I don't mean sitting on the sofa and watching Netflix or going to the grocery store or shopping together. I mean doing something solid. Spirit's also showing the Turkey spirit. You're very giving. You're giving with gratitude and grace. It came out in the reverse. I'm not saying to not give to her and not be grateful. I do feel that Spirit's saying here, being the number 7, very spiritual number, that know when, okay, thank you, Spirit. Know when to, okay, hold on. This is a really deep message. I'm not saying to treat her like a child, okay, that's naughty and needs to like stop a certain thing. Although sometimes you may need to just walk away. That's what Spirit's saying. When you're in a situation that you get frustrated or she's acting in a way, you can just walk, okay? You don't always have to give and give and give and give and give, Eddie, to this relationship. If she needs to be, for want of a better saying, she needs to be, and now I can't remember the saying, you need to be cruel to be kind in some sort of way, and now and again walk away and not always be there to give to the relationship, because if you continue to do that, you're just going to end up like a sap or a doormat, basically, right? And you don't want to be a doormat. What's with this? Spirit wants you to show her her full potential, right? But then retreat, then back off with your energy, because you have so much to do in 2026. You have so much work to do. I do feel that she can heal from whatever, or go through the process of healing. I'm actually going to be doing a series of healing videos, so that may support and help her as well. I don't know. 10 of Cups to the Ace of Wands. So we are in the 10 year and the 1 year. Spirit wants you to really support yourself and put love back into yourself too. Right, we've got take the lead. It's almost like be the masculine in the relationship as this relationship is going between worlds, as it's in still a rude element. Temporarily, Spirit saying, I'm trying to find a word, and Spirit saying temporarily isn't a good word. Temporarily a difficult place, because I do feel that she has a really great potential to see the light of the situation and to see where she needs to grow on a spiritual level, and I think she can do this, okay? And you are the teacher. I always thought this, like, you're the teacher in this relationship. You don't want to be the, teacher child sort of energy, but sometimes we have to accept that that is our role. So in regard to your relationship, as you are intimate with her and stuff, you need to okay, thank you, Spirit. You need to put your relationship into boxes here. You need to compartmentalize your relationship with her. Thank you, Spirit is downstairs. Hello. I've got Spirit here. It usually comes in about half an hour to an hour after I've started my readings. Obviously, you can't be that sort of relationship in the bedroom, right? But Spirit is saying that you can, like the rest of the time, take the lead and support her in some sort of way. And I think that when that happens, things will be quite fast moving. Wheel of Fortune, a beep there. Will she choose it though? I've just read your comment. Well, that's up to her. And if you don't, you can't drain your energy. You're going to have to retreat your energy to regroup yourself. It's your life too. You can't be constantly retrieving your own energy to go back to beat a dead horse. Okay, obviously, right? I'm saying the potential is there for her to change. For you to be the teacher and the leader is more important than the relationship within itself, like the intimate part of the relationship, although you need to compartmentalize it if it's going to work. The bedroom is the bedroom, and outside it is you're the teacher of the relationship. it can get quite complex, as you're sort of like hearing. You do have two bird spirits here, though. You know, unusual bird spirits. We usually like to see the eagle or the hawk. That's you have, because you have, okay, thank you, Spirit, because you already have embodied your inner teacher, your higher self. It's not that you don't need the eagle and the hawk spirit, which is like letting spirit be your guide in that. That's usually for people that need the support. I think you already have a lot of support within yourself to be able to bring forward this teacher energy within you. And you know what? If that's all it is, you are a Virgo sun, maybe you are here to just serve. I think I'm starting to think that myself, right? With the relationships that have been taken away from me. But, and as I said, taking away from me, you've got the Seven of Swords. You have to be strategic. If you want to make this work to be able to help her, but she has to be aware of what you're doing. Right? You can't be doing this in the dark, like, I'm going to teach this person my own way, like, but she doesn't actually know I'm teaching her. And if she doesn't want to be receptive to it, then it's time to look for your happiness elsewhere, right? We've got the Fool. I feel the ball is in her court here. I feel that you need to start worrying about the relationship and try your best to support and help her with her being aware of it, okay? And if she's not receptive, then there's like a definite retraction of your energy. Let's pull the last card. And then I'm going to have a quick break, guys and girls. I think I might get a pineapple milkshake. Have anyone tried a pineapple milkshake with oat milk? So good, so sweet. What else do we have for Eddie? Then we have, the next person is Candace, then Noxie for 2, Stella for 2. Oh my goodness. Spirit does have a plan here in the background, but there's a need to reclaim your power here, or you're going to end up being like, I'm not saying that you're going to end up being like her, and that doesn't sound very nice anyway. But there's something about falling into a trap of your whole life is around the relationship, because, and you know, you've got so many ideas that this is in the reverse now. Bring your ideas to life. Spirit's saying perhaps you want to write a book about this, or relationships like this. There we go. There's an idea. I feel that 2020, I mean, we'll do a 2026 reading at another date for you in regards to your relationships. You don't want to go through, okay, Eddie, you don't want to go through the Two of Swords again, and the Three of Swords, and the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands. It's like you're starting from the beginning again with this full energy, okay, or even moving into 2026. You need to keep remembering what you've learned through your life, what you've been through, all right? Relationships that have broken down. There's something here about another book, because it says bring your ideas to life, and this is like literal, tangible, about failed relationships, and I know, or relationships that do break down, and the psychology between it, like the obviously the breakdowner and the one that doesn't get it. Okay, the trauma of love. Interesting. Thank you, Eddie. That is everything. I just think you need to have more courage to step into your passion here. And in some way go at a deep level with yourself and do a bit of like soul searching, and even deep night of the soul again, to like drag out of yourself your next book. All right, okay. The next person is Candace. Candace, I'm going to take a short break. I won't be too far away. I hope you understand when I take breaks, I need to take them for different reasons. Toilet breaks, water break, food break, cigarette break, whatever, okay? And thank you, Eddie. And Candace, if you're there, you will be next. I won't be too long. Guys, this is the last live of 2025, okay? And when I've got more people on, how long is the live today? Probably another hour and a half, Yeah, about another hour and a half. I won't be too long. Okay, I'm back. So Candace, place your question. The live is not over. I'll be on for another hour, approximately an hour and 20 minutes maybe. We'll see how we go. Okay. I'm going to use, Candace, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for you today. Post your question. Queen hasn't been on for a few days. I don't know what she's up to. I'll have to send her an email, see how she's going. If you hear something in the background, it's my dog just running up and down the staircase. I don't know whether he's exercising or he just doesn't know what he wants, whether he wants to be up here with me or downstairs. Candace, post your question. I'm going to refresh the feed. Sometimes I need to refresh the feed. Candace, post your question. I'm going to start pulling your cards. Candace, for Candace, Play Spirit. What's here for Candace in regards to what she's going to be asking? Candace, post your question, please. I'm still waiting. Otherwise, we're going to go to Noxie. Don't know what's going on and why no one's talking to me. Noxie, if you're there, post your question. Candace is not talking. Mel, you haven't donated. Stella is after Noxie. What messages does Spirit want to bring forward? Let's look at your first question, Noxie. That was for Stella, so I don't want to go into that energy. What messages does Spirit have for you today? I'm hearing straight away, gift yourself, Noxie, with knowing that anything that's occurred in your life in general, especially in 2025, you can walk away from it, or you can walk away from something. Candace, I did call your name for like a minute, so just hold on, because I had to move on to Noxie. I won't be too long, okay? I didn't get your question, so wait, please, if you don't mind. Okay. So something about gifting to yourself, the acknowledgement, because I was thinking about this on when I just had a break, like the acknowledgement, even though you may not have advanced very far in 2025, or you feel that you haven't, just the acknowledgement that you feel that you haven't is actually an advancement in itself, because you're able to then look at, okay, new start, new life. Let's look at 2026 as, first house energy of pouring stuff back into yourself. You're walking away, I do feel at this point, or you're acknowledging that you need to walk away from any difficult situations, whatever difficult situations that you've had to face or go through, whether it's a physical level. For some, for you, Noxie, it may have been something physical that you didn't accomplish, like weight loss or healthy eating, or there's something you possibly procrastinated on. Between now, 26 and 27, Spirit wants you to gift yourself Make sure that you're giving back to yourself, that you're looking after yourself on a physical level especially, you're having the rest you need, that you're pouring every bit of energy into yourself. If you're single, like I've said before and I said yesterday, if you're single now, I would stay single in 2026, even though you feel you may want love in your life. The person that like is supposed to be in your life will come into your life at the right time, Noxie. Especially with some people that you've been around as well. I do feel that like something is not like been very clear, or you felt people have been hiding things from you, or like the universe has hidden like your happiness from you in some sort of way here. And this can relate to romantic relationships as well. It's time to really walk away. It's definitely time to leave the past behind. Something we cannot fix, some people we cannot fix. And it's definitely time to go. Time to leave something, a job, a person, a situation in your life, a feeling of I'm not enough, I'm not good enough. It's time to leave that behind and say, well, what can I work on now to support my personal growth? Because we're in the year of 1 next year, okay? Candace, I see you, but I called your name many, many times, okay? So just hold on. Noxie, you would be advised here to seek wisdom from a higher power, from guidance through reputable readers or anything to do, you know, and to also, you have this deep knowing that there is change. There could even be like a move. You're thinking about moving location, moving job. You're definitely moving somewhere because it's definitely time to go somewhere, okay? The number 27 may be very significant. We have 99 in your reading as well, right? These 2 9s here in the middle of your reading. With the time to go and exchanging gifts. It's time to stop overgiving to others as well. Stop giving your energy, right? What you just said, I want to move, but I don't have the money. You're telling yourself you don't have the money. You're manifesting that out there. So it's really important to imagine what you want your life to look like, maybe to a vision board, etc. Okay. Like seeking your own happiness, seeking that gift back to yourself of like seeking your happiness. And yeah, there is some decisions, possibly financial decisions, or trying to figure out what you can drop and make priority if you really want to move, or you know, move out, or if you're in a home with other people, or you want to move or travel. Like I do want to say you can do it, and it is the time to start like doing everything you can to go forward towards bringing that into your life. Yeah, like there is happiness, like there is a feeling of you haven't been happy in 2025. You feel like things have been really like cloak and mirrors. Is it cloak and mirrors? Smoke and mirrors. Things have been cloaked from you, hidden from you. Your happiness has been hidden from you. And it's time to leave that energy. Definitely giving back to yourself. Making a new contract with yourself to say, right, you know, choosing 1, 2, or 3 things, but no more than that. Do you know what will make you happy? Right? It's really important that you know what makes you happy and just go for that. Is your job not paying you enough to be out to facilitate you moving out? Study to look for a new one. There's something about support with others, with the 3 of Pentacles being here as well. Like you can fight through this. Setting boundaries with other people. Stop overgiving. You are going to be going through a period of that, or you should be going through a period of that where you're sort of like making a list and looking at areas of your life you're not happy in, and maybe every area. So not just saying like, I don't have enough friends, but what sort of friends do I now require? Do I want people that are spiritual? Do I want friends that go out and go, you know, to bars and stuff with me, so I can be more like social and be more like meeting other people and have more fun in that sort of way. Hi T, thank you very much. I'll put you on the list. Okay, what else do we have? 2 of Cups. Yeah, your connections with others, possibly romantic relationships as well, a romantic relationship. But until you heal yourself and know exactly what you moving forward, it's not a good idea to meet someone, and if you don't know yourself, how can you get to know them and know what you want from them for yourself, or how you want to build the relationship? There's also something here about like not over giving to people, not giving your time and energy to people, okay, that do this to you, that like ghost you or take, but there's not much giving. So I would be very, very careful of that, okay? Yeah, the year of the Empress, the year of the One, right? Meditation will really support you this year to be able to figure out what you're cheating yourself of, I want to say. There's some sort of transformation coming in for you through mindful meditation, through clearing your mind of negative thoughts and replacing them with positive ones, because you're cheating yourself out of the best life, out of the sun, right? Out of happiness and out of some sort of new beginning. Your new beginning can be creative. It's definitely a personal year, and I do feel that like for you, if you're single, to stay single. I mean, you can do what you like, but definitely travel, having more fun, getting out there, learning something you've always wanted to learn, focusing on one thing or two things, anything to do with your personal growth. But it has to be exciting. It has to be like bold. I feel I've got like, you may have Leo in your chart, because I'm going to stay in your energy. Post your second question, please, and then we'll go to Noxie. Post your second question. I'm going to still use the wisdom of the oracle. Okay, let's have a look at your book and social media. I think the most important thing is being happy within yourself at every level, physical, spiritual, emotional, etc. As soon as you start doing that, things are going to start lining up for you in business. It is the number 9 again. And Spirit's also saying, like, Spirit wants you to pat yourself on the back for what you have achieved. There's got to be one thing that you achieved in 2025. And even, like I said, if it's the acknowledgement that you haven't done enough, is an achievement in itself to recognize that, okay? Yeah, happy 2026, okay? You're going to derive a lot of happiness from your book and from anything to do with business or online study, I'm hearing. You may be wanting to learn something online. Don't try to manifest, just do it, okay, Noxie? Imagination is the key. Just imagine what you want, all right? Stop overgiving to people. I think that's the main energy here. You will be very happy. I think your happiness does lie in your very 5 of Pentacles energy, where other people have let you down, maybe even where you've let yourself down. If you pour all your energy into your business, you're going to feel like you have purpose. I'm seeing the purpose card. You're going to feel that it's the right thing to do. And even though it may be, or people maybe not like you not being there for others, but you're being there completely 100% for yourself, especially within business. And I'm seeing the purpose card from this deck is going to be really important. Intimacy, we have the number 20. So I do feel that you may be connecting with another person. I do feel there's romance coming into your life. As much as you say you're not looking for it or you don't want it, you may come across someone within the business field or via like social media that has got the same passion as you. And even if it's platonic, which would be better, this is really good. I feel that there's other support around you that have passion for what you do, or they do similar things. Okay, so joining a group, a book club, a chat group, something that's going to support your current business. Okay, networking. Freedom. So you have 99859. You got 3 9s. You got 999 here. And the number 2. And there's something about not going all out into 2026 at the beginning, expecting too much from yourself. Make certain, like, make a schedule and make certain, like, today I'm going to do this. Don't think about tomorrow or the week after. No, imagine your end goal, but like baby steps and daily like practice, whether it's, you know, and balancing that meditation, fitness, health, work. It's about having the balance of everything, right? It's the 10 like areas of your life. I call it my 10 areas of healing when I'm going to do my healing series. But the 10 areas of life is about, you know, your social, your finances, your career. You know, you have to divvy these up into balanced areas so that you put the same equal amount of time into each one. But as far as business, there's someone coming in for you that's going to show you how to be free within your business, how to grow it, how to make money. I'm seeing pentacles. Let's see what's in here. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. So yeah, like I said, slowly does it, one step in front of the other. You don't have to rush this. Things will fall into place for you. Three of Pentacles. Networking, getting ideas from others, and even if it's online, even if you don't physically talk to these people, like doing the research, okay? Candace, post your question. Page of Pentacles. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of Pentacles. Learning something new. Pages about learning. The full moon in Cancer on the 3rd of January may be very significant to you. Bringing love to, you know, find that one thing you are so passionate about, like I am with my tarot, right? And continue, just put your whole heart into it. That's what's going to bring you balance. That's what's going to bring you happiness. So if you are like really dedicated about your book or your online business or whatever you're doing, put your whole heart into it, okay? Yes, I know, Elaine. Thank you, Elaine. Candace, post your question. Thank you, Candace. It's like all or nothing, Spirit saying, okay? And drop anything. This 10 of Wands, like you've burdened yourself with overthinking. You've burdened yourself with people that really you wasted time on, or things that you wasted time on, or, you know, and it's not always a waste of time though. Spirit's saying you're wrong, Trudy. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Don't feel that nothing has been wasted. Very vulture spirit, right? While you've been in this pause, in this void energy, nothing's been wasted. You've learned a lot about yourself though. I mean, even though you have to drop the burden of not prioritizing certain people, places and things that you know you shouldn't be, like, yeah, you've learned from the past. Thank you, Spirit. There's something you've learned here, something huge as well. The elephant is one of the biggest mammals on the planet, right? This is about the knowledge and the wisdom that you've gained from even doing nothing. It's going to be that drive, right? That drive. Overcome any obstacles. I wanted to pull the bottom out here. Prehistoric animals here, the elephant and the rhino spirit, okay? You can make your dreams real. You can change things. There needs to be more play in your life as well, Noxie, and you need to be authentic. Like, you need to sing your own song. Seeing the canary spirit here. You need to like be authentic, and with authenticity you can overcome anything because you're being true to yourself. So 555 here, lots of changes. A rebirth is assured. Watch how you speak to yourself, Noxie. All this I can't do this, or it's not going to benefit you, okay? I can't manifest, or I'm trying to do something. Don't try, just do it, okay? Candace, let's have a look about Dubai for you. Okay, if you were to move to Dubai, let's look at the Moonology deck. Should you move to Dubai and be with David? I think his name's David. Let's have a look and see what's here for you. If Candace did move to Dubai to be with the man that she wants to be with, what would it bring? Spirit just said, as long as 1221, like mirrored numbers here. So you have very, like, you could think this person is your soulmate, your twin flame. But Spirit just said as long as, and I feel it's like as long as you use this next year being in your first house to do it because it's for you. Like, not because of to be with them, because first house, like I said, if you're single this year, to focus on oneself, it's going to be very beneficial to you to do so. But not David. What's his name then? What's his name? I need his name. Okay. What would happen if Candace moves to Dubai? Let's have a look. To be with the man she wants to be with. Let's just say it like that. Ooh. Faisal. Nice. Right, so you've got very eclipse energy. I know we've got 3 eclipses or even more this year coming up. We'll do that in another video, but you've got Libra and Aries energy here. It's time to take action with this new romantic cycle, or you want to take action. And, you know, whatever you don't know now, the decision is not far away. Okay, I do feel that the decision is not far away. You need to look at the more bigger picture though, like where you're going to work, where you're going to live, because you won't be able to live with him, right? Not in Dubai, you won't, not if you're not married. So, you know, I don't know if you don't know that, but you don't know. If you don't know, you know now. Conclusions are in with reach. So you're going to have to like look at where, you're going to look at the practical. You need to look at the bigger picture of what your life looks like. And if you went over there to be with this person and you didn't end up with them, do you want to be in that place, right? In Dubai. If you didn't have him, would you move there? That's what Spirit's sort of like getting to here. Like if he wasn't in the picture, would you ever thought about moving there? Maybe, maybe not. You're doing things here from a heart chakra level, okay? You're definitely doing things. Your heart chakra is pulling you there. More new moon. You've got a lot of new moon here, and we've got an eclipse energy. So eclipses and new moons may be significant. Spirit is saying to step out of your comfort zone and move forward into your North Node, which is future energy. So, I mean, with all the cards being here, Spirit is sort of like saying, and you can see new moon, new moon, new moon, new start, relationships. We're talking about, you know, heart chakra energy here. You're feeling it at the soul level or the chakra, like solar plexus level, where you've got that intuitive pull to go there, to be with him, okay? So Spirit's giving you the green light here. It says show the world the real you with the full moon here. I don't know when the full moon is in Aquarius, but maybe you need to look at that. A new start is coming, definitely, for you. And there's a lot of powerful changes. Okay, let's have a look. Page of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Six of Cups. You do feel that this is like your soul journey, your soul path, that something is pulling you there towards him or towards the place. There's something about you being financially independent. And if you don't need to work, that's great. But I hope you're not relying upon him for money, because if something goes wrong, or, you know, what are you going to do then? Also, I'm getting very strongly like you can't live with him. So let me know if that's the case, because there's this like you cannot live with him in the same property. Does that make sense to you? Okay. But you want to do this. You want to step out of your comfort zone. You have been undecided though. There has been like a push maybe from him for you to do this as well. That's why you're still where you are. You don't want to get heartbroken here. You're worried. So you're going to take like you wondering, should I like just be slow with this and get to know this person a bit better? Or should I just go for it? Spirit's sort of like saying to go for it here. I'm getting full card energy. You got the Star, which is like doing, you know, you knowing or having this like knowing that good things will come of it, okay? A 2025 has been difficult. I think that for you to not, because you haven't been able to make the decision, so you could have known him for all of 2025, or even for 2 years, I'm hearing as well. I think you're still going to take a little bit of time making this decision. You've got Mercury retrograde energy. You're still going to be out like sorting things out. Of course, especially if you're moving to another country, there's a lot to sort of like get ready for and sort out. Maybe you have a home to sell. Maybe you have to sort out your finances before you leave wherever you are to go there. There's an element of like preparation here. So congratulations with this. Here he is, the King of Swords. Strong Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, mainly Aquarius energy. You've learned a lot from this person. He could also be supporting like you setting up your own business in Dubai. Very exciting times. He doesn't want you to sort of like worry. He just wants you to go towards him, to come to him. Yeah, he could be supporting you setting up a business. You got the 10 of Cups as well, which is beautiful, happy. I mean, what is coming towards you is the 3 of Wands, the Chariot. So like all signs point to, yes, also, and the Emperor, which is him as well, could be in Aries. All signs point to you will do this, and I don't know what's going to happen after you do this, but all signs are pointing to a procrastination right now, preparation though as well, and to get out of that 2 of Swords energy, take that blindfold off and look at the bigger picture, look at everything you need to sort out before you actually do this. That was your reading. Stella, post your first question, please. What cards do I want to use for you today, Stella? Spirit's saying light energy, like just keeping it light with you, Stella, for whatever reason. These are the most lightest cards, like oracles I have. So, Stella, what is coming towards you? Let's have a look at a beginning of the year type of energy, January, February, March. Let's look at the first 3 months with you, Stella, because I know you have quite a bit of readings, quite a few readings. So, let's have a look at... I've got itchy. I'm itchy again. I'm an itch pot at the moment. I think it's like some sprays or perfumes I'm using, or even like the candle fumes. I don't know, something's making me itchy. Something different that I haven't, something different that I'm using. I do use a lot of different stuff in my home. The best, pineapple and oat milk. No sugar, pineapple's sweet enough. You can get sweet pineapple. Beautiful. What's coming in towards Stella for the first 3 months of the year? What's here for her? Spirit says I'm using the wrong deck. Okay. Spirit said that not that light, but not that light. Yeah, let's use these. Okay. What's coming towards Stella for the first 3 months of the year that she needs to look out for, that she needs to focus on? Boundaries. I love this card, authenticity. It comes out like it's been coming out a lot this week. Being authentic. And so has the reciprocity card with the Empress type of energy here on it. That's all naked and we have to cover it up in 3 different places. Jeez. Stability's at the bottom of the deck with effort. I like it. And creativity. It's a very exciting time for you, Stella. I think that you really know, it's like you have this, beat confirmation. You have this huge knowing of what boundaries you need to set with yourself, with other people as you're moving forward into the new year. 3-3 here, because we're talking about the next 3 months. You also have 3 here and 3 here. How interesting. 3-3-3-3. You may be seeing a lot of 3s. Go and have a look on your search engine about what 3-3-3-3 means in all different areas of your life. Actually, I'm going to do it right now. 3-3-3, spiritual meaning. Okay. or angel number meaning. All right, liberation and success. You do have the effort card, and of course with effort comes success. This is a sign you have been waiting for, that all your endeavors are coming to fruition and you can finally celebrate everything you've worked for falling in your lap. So you have really worked hard on yourself. I'm hearing from 2024 was a very important year, and 2025 in regards to like what you've worked really hard on, what you want to bring in. A lot of stuff you've done in silence and in secret as well. Most important thing is right now is to be your authentic self. You have Capricorn strongly in your chart, so I don't know if you are a Capricorn or you've got Capricorn strongly here. I see a really beautiful mental balance moving forward. Like this 6, this boundaries, number 33, is being mentally balanced so that you can set your boundaries and you know at a literal mental level what you need to protect yourself from as well. He's standing in a circle of protection here. I do think you'll have a lot of dealings with other people this year. So you may, I don't know, I mean, we all are in this year of 1 or even year of 10. I hate getting like water on my cards. It's so annoying. So some of us can say it's the year of 10. I think it's the year of 10 and 1. I think we can either do all that or either or, especially if we haven't completely completed something or closed something off in 2025. We may still be in the energy of 10, but it breaks down to a 1. With endings come beginnings. With beginnings have a goal or an ending, because we're making plans. You're working very hard in the first 3 months, okay, towards your stability. You're putting in the effort and you're being authentic here. And you're making sure that the people around you, because I do feel this energy of someone around you. Let's get rid of this person. Yeah, I do feel there's somebody around you. I mean, it could be a mother. It could be, I'm getting the name Sadie or something beginning with S as well. Sally, Sadie. And there's a female spirit I do feel in spirit that is like guiding you. One of your ancestors, definitely one of your guides. Okay. Keep putting the effort into yourself. Keep putting the effort in, or you shouldn't be effort to be your authentic self, but be your authentic self. I think in the first 3 months, you'll definitely be only interacting or interested in very Capricorn energy, in relationships that are going to serve your purpose, that are going to be good for you on a soulful, spiritual level. The Magician and the 6 of Swords, like I said, that balance of mind and you having a lot in the hopper, I'm hearing. So you may have a lot of ideas, a lot of things you want to create. A lot of new beginnings are available to you, especially if you're your authentic self, and especially if you're authentic to yourself. Don't put that like, you know, when you're, say if you're in a relationship for a very long time and you know that energetically this person is not growing or supporting your growth, and you know that you need to leave. You know that you need to step away or not see them as much so you can spend more time on yourself, right? Or on what you need to do to grow yourself. But you don't actually tell them or you don't actually do it. And then you end up resenting the person. They don't even know why you're resenting them, okay? I think you are definitely knowing what you want and you're going after it. You're not talking to me. You need to talk to me when I'm doing your readings, guys. Creativity is coming through here. Creating a beautiful space as well for yourself, your environment, your home, where you work, where you live, where you frequent, your community will be very important to you. There's a lot of structure and stability, okay? Now this could be just come from within, or this can be because of finances. What is this? Yeah, I feel that you've been saving a lot. If you're not like with someone as well, like you may meet someone or be interested in them romantically, but the first 3 months of the year, 4-4 as well is here. There's a lot of structure. There's a lot of even numbers coming through, which is really nice. Another even number. There may be a decision to be made around where you live or who lives with you, where you work, anything to do with structure and stability. I think you're willing to put the effort in the first 3 months of the year towards your stability. but there may be other people, or you may be questioning yourself as well, that go like, is this what I really want? Just remember that's all part of your healing. When that happens, just make sure you're meditating, okay? I'm working on my glow up too, look out, look out. Yeah, there is something about nurturing oneself. I can't hold it up because I'll drop all the crystals and then you'll see her naked bits and pieces. There's something here about nurturing. If you have children as well, being there as a nurturer. If you have a mother possibly needing to nurture your parent. Do you know someone called Sadie or Sally, or someone on the other side beginning with the letter S that's a female? Because they are sort of still hanging around here. Career is very important. There may have also been disappointments in regards to career in the past, or your own business, what you do for work, what you create. I think there's a lot of success coming in business. I like a lot of success, okay? That was no, we'll just look out for that. You may have an ancestor. If you did your family tree, you never know. It's interesting because that happened to me. Like, I had this one spirit and it just kept coming through to me, and I knew their name through meditation, and then ended up looking at my my ancestry, and that person was literally, and their second name, first and second name on my family tree. So they're not with me as a guide anymore. I think they come in and out now and again, but I've got my main guide, who is Paul, who likes to remind me I'm still here now and again. I won't go into spirit teams and guides and things like that. That's for another reading, another story. Okay. Let's have a look at money for you. Let's have a look at past, present, and future. Elaine, you're next, and then we'll have T. So Elaine for 2 and T for 1. Let's have a look and see for you, Stella. Finances, past, present, future, and then we're going to look at focus, advice, and what you don't see coming. Past, financial energy. I don't know if you've gone through a divorce or something, Stella, that could have affected your finances. There could have been some unfairness by a masculine as well, that you did trust but shouldn't have trusted, and it had something to do with money. So let me know if that makes sense to you. T, if that is the case, you can email me. Yeah, maybe there was a divvying of finances here. Interesting. There could have been something legal going on in your recent past also. There could have been like a job loss as well, where you got to pay out. This could be lots of different things in regards to money, okay? Something legal. What is this about? What is this about, Spirit? The Justice, the King of Cups. You know, if it was your parents, like you just said, I mean, was this the father's choice? The father's choice? Was it amicable? All right. Yeah, maybe the passion was lost within the relationship and the excitement was sort of gone. It could have been a sale of a home, or there could be a sale of a home in regards to money. I don't know how it affects you, but it's definitely a breaking down of something. There could have been a lot of conflict. Could have been a lot of conflict here. All right, let's have a look at present with your... I don't know how that is going to affect your financial future, but, you know, it may be that you get some sort of money out of that settlement of a home or something like that, or you're given something. There's been a lot of conflict with that situation, and there will probably continue to be, seeing as that was at the bottom of the deck. Let's look at Stella's finances, current finances. You're working hard on something. You have a goal here with the Eight of Pentacles. Head down, bum up. You're possibly spending a lot of time at work, maybe doing longer hours. I don't feel a satisfaction with your job or complete satisfaction with your work, or you're not getting paid for enough for what you actually do. So you may literally be thinking about what you're going to do to improve this year. Between 2026 and 2027, even 2028, I think there's like a huge growth in your money. Okay, yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, strength. I think you have like a really strong ethic about how your relationship with money, right? Like, you don't just frivolously spend it as well. You're quite disciplined here with savings and, you know, what you have each week to buy food with and pay rent or utilities or whatever. So money is definitely on your mind the most at the moment, I would say. Future, you can't put the hard work in without the effort, but you can't also put the work in and not see some sort of result. I see you seeing some result here for future energy. If you keep pushing forward. But it's also about setting boundaries. I think there's a lot of financial gain and happiness coming towards you. Maybe you're planning a trip, or you want to build a home. Or I do feel home very much is important to you, like stability and safety. Perhaps you want to buy your own home. Now, if you do want to buy your own home, it will be your forever home, okay? And you will. Spirit's also saying that like there's someone else here, right, in regards to this. You need to do what you're passionate about, though. I feel that you're moving into, if you're not in a job that you're passionate about, maybe that you're going to start learning your passion. I think there's a new opportunity possibly available in the future. If you have a look around, I think there may be an opportunity there. So you've been thinking possibly about moving on, moving forward to another career path. You can do that. You can learn different things and see what you like. That was your reading. Finances look good. I mean, whatever you're doing now is, it's like a bit of a Groundhog Day though, energy, but it will ultimately set you up for your future, like what you want, especially in regards to a home. It's just whether you want to keep doing that thing or look at a different career path where you can still have the same results, but you may have just more passion, right, for what you're doing. Elaine, post your first question if you are there. I'm intriguing myself. Okay, your spiritual awakening never finishes. We go through two things. Okay. We go through small spiritual awakenings. We go through two small, okay. No spiritual awakening is too small. That's what Spirit's trying to bring forward to me. And there's a series of awakenings, because then the Spirit knows what you can handle and what you cannot handle. So Spirit's not just going to like chuck you at the end of the awakening towards the 5 thread, or it's just not like, you have to grow small to get the bigger picture here. So Spirit's also saying that's not the right deck. I've just got so many decks. I love all my decks. I love them. Okay. Let's have a look and see what's here. I hope that makes sense. It's like you'll get an insight, and then you'll get another insight, and then you'll watch a reading, and then you'll get clarity. Thank you, Spirit. Ace of Swords. My eye was twitching for weeks, possibly about 2-3 months. My eye was twitching. I thought I had something wrong with my eye, or something to do with tiredness, fatigue, which is another story. But then I watched this video. Jadina posted this video. I don't know if you've seen Jadina. Go to the description below. It's one of my go-to channels. And she was saying, you know, has anyone's eyes been twitching? This has been happening to a lot of people over the past 3 months. And I was like, wow, that's like literally me. And it was just my clarification that it's got a lot to do with awakening and going through all these spiritual awakenings and the solar, like being very sensitive to solar flares and the Earth's magnetic field with the Schumann resonance, and 3i Atlas, when that passed through, that was just like a huge, like with that new moon in Sag, was a huge awakening there for me. And I've been going through all these many different awakenings, and each one is different, but they integrate at the same time to put me in the place where I need to be, if that makes sense right now. So, you know, eventually there's like, yeah. So you're exactly where you're supposed to be in your spiritual awakening, Elaine, okay? This year, because this is the one card, is going to really set you up for 2027. And by 2027, which is the year of 11, which is the master number, you're going to understand why you went through certain situations, why you went through certain things, and how some unusual, paradoxical way they make you who you are, right? By the time 2027 hits, you'll understand who you are at a different level. And there's a lot more to be shown in the world. And this is for everyone. Like, there's a lot more that's coming in the next 3 years, especially. We will know we're not alone in the universe. A lot of people will have a lot of difficulty with this knowledge and understanding. You will not, because you will accept it. A lot of people will not, okay? You're going to start being aware of your higher chakras, I'm hearing. We don't just have 7 chakras. There's like, I think there's, anyway, let me have a look at it now. The chakras are, your chakras are going to expand. You're going to your outer chakra systems. Chakra. Some say there are 114 different chakras, but there are 7 main chakras that run along your spine. And maybe for the next couple of years, you're going to be spending a lot more time, like, I would get more information on that, because you're able to access those and get more light codes and things like that through. Your intuition's going to be a lot higher, right? You're going to be a lot more in tune. It's interesting how these are very spiritual energies. Especially in this deck, this is sort of magician energy, because he has all the tools, right? He has all the tools here. Even though it's the Libran card, it's very like divine protection, I'm hearing as well. Of course, we've got the angel on here. You're definitely stepping into the Emperor mode and using that Emperor energy, as well as, like, yeah, look at all these chakra energies that are coming through. Okay, I would really like focus on building your chakra system so it's in alignment, so it's in balance, and then looking at all the different chakras and what you can access. There's that authority, that Aries energy I was just talking about, like having more authority, being more in control on a spiritual level, understanding. Okay, you're gonna like have some sort of love for, there's the majority of the deck, look at that, awakening awareness, same thing. And you're going to continue with this. The number 4, so the 4th chakra is going to be significant to you, the 2nd chakra as well, and the 1st chakra. So the base chakra, the sacral chakra, and the heart chakra. I'd be working on those 3 right now, especially if you've got choices or decisions to make on a romantic level, especially if you want to be happier within yourself. Yeah, especially if you've got any obstacles. What's your second question? Then we're going to go to T. T may not be there. I will call their name shortly. If they're not there, we'll move on to the free list, which we won't be doing for long because I've been on here over 2 hours. And it's the last live of 2025. Next year, guys, I will not be doing lives anymore, okay? There'll only be 2 lives a month, though. There will be 2 lives every month on and around, or on and around the full and new moons, and we can look at all the signs. That decision has not been made lightly, okay? I had to like think about it's the right thing to do, and I know it is. I need to put more content into my channel. I want to put more content into my channel, I just don't have the time to do it. General in terms of your spirituality. General in terms of your spirituality. Pull all the cards out first, Elaine. The feeling of you have the power, my dear, and you need to accept it and own it and know that you have that magician energy where you can create anything, where you can think about it, it can come to fruition, it can come to material, it can come to tangible. But there's a huge discipline required from you to put this into your schedule and to get excited about it. Like to get excited about doing your spiritual meditations, to get excited about starting to open your other chakras and your crown chakra and to connect with spirit and to get messages, channeled messages that will probably happen as you move forward. Asking spirit, working with spirit, testing spirit, okay? Not testing them in a bad way, but like saying things like I do all the time. I know when to stop and I know when to start again. Like, show me if this is the right path. Show me like a fluffy white cat. And I see it like on a picture or whatever, on a post. Like, it's almost like going to be a game to you, or make it some sort of a game on how far you can go spiritually. And the only thing that's going to hinder you here is the 9 of Wands, thinking you can't do something, okay? The King of Pentacles in your focus is knowing that you are really powerful. The King of Pentacles is powerful. He knows what he wants, he goes for it, and he's already got like a huge foundation for himself if this is in business, right? So it's important that you know that you can do this, know that you can ascend, that you can awaken, you can do anything, whether it's health, whatever it is. We're talking about spirituality here. And Spirit's asking you to focus on like coming together with other like-minded people that also are really focused on their own spiritual growth, right? I'm also getting like telepathy for you here as well. I know it's one of your gifts, telekinesis, trying lots of different things like that you haven't normally or wouldn't normally go for or do. You've got the Strength card in your advice. It came out in the reverse. Spirit saying you're stronger than you know and you need to know that you're strong. The Knight of Wands is like what you need to know the most. There is some sort of exciting news coming in regards to your spiritual growth, or like you're going to surprise yourself. Knight of Wands surprises people. Okay, the Fool is here, Aries energy. We also have May energy. So April, May may be significant to you. You have some sort of like experience that is either paranormal or that is like, wow, sort of thing. Like, I'm going to take a risk on moving forward with that area of my, like, you could use telekinesis and it works and you're like, wow, like, that's amazing. Or you can, like, connect with someone with telepathy and then you get a call from them or something. And then or you try it with another person, then you got a call or an SMS from them. And then you try it with another person and you realize the power that you have on a telepathic level. So this is also doing things like we take the mental out of it and do it with the feeling, the solar plexus, right? Work with your guides. You will get a lot of messages. There's a lot of downloads. There's a lot of messages coming in super fast. The Knight of Swords is very quick energy. And you're going to be able to hold on to these gifts. You're going to be able to maintain them, retain them, and experience growth within them. But it requires, which is at the main center of your reading, discipline. And sometimes things won't happen. Sometimes you'll think nothing's really happening spiritually to me, and you may want to let go of like meditating or talking to your guides, and you're, well, that didn't work, and you're like, no, you know, everything happens when it's supposed to. Continue with prayer. It is super powerful. You need to keep disciplined at something, like to make it, like to maintain it, okay? And then it will happen when it's supposed to. T, I'm calling out T. If T is there, let me know. She may be, I know people at work, but you know, she may be literally just online still listening. T, if you're there, let me know. Thank you. Blessings, post your question. This is the last live of 2025, guys. I will be doing dailies, okay? So you'll be able to see my content on a daily. And there's a couple of videos out for the 27th, I think 28th. Today where I am is the 29th. It's the 28th where you are. So it will always come out a day earlier because I'm ahead of you guys. Why? What obstacles are coming? Why obstacles are coming in my way to get a job? Why are obstacles in my way? What is? I just heard alignment. Okay, so either you're not aligning yourself with the right places or right people, or it's just not the right time. Okay. There's a need here to take some sort of a risk here, to be vulnerable, to put yourself in a situation where you don't know anything and you've got to learn it. Maybe you need to learn something new or choose a career path that you are going to grow by constant learning. There's something about study here as well, but the vulnerability card is like putting yourself in a situation, and this could be why you're not getting the job, or what obstacle is here, like putting yourself in a situation where you need a lot more learning to be able to do a particular job. Okay, so you may be applying for the wrong jobs. You may need to learn something. Spirit wants you to have more trust though, that the right thing will come up at the right time. I'm seeing the TikTok card. Spirit is wanting you to close this year out, but moving into next year with the absolute dedication of learning something new, and or it's the way of thinking. This is a way of thinking. Interesting. Yeah, there's the alignment card that I was just seeing before your reading. Okay, things are changing. Things will change in 2026. Spirit is trying to get you into alignment with the changes to do the job you're meant to do, or to meet the right people. So they're trying to sort of like, in some sort of way, give you some guidance. Spirit also doesn't want you to repeat a cycle or to repeat a certain job, a career path. So maybe you've been doing something in the past and you're just applying for jobs that you've always done that stuff in the past. And Spirit's saying, we're trying to align you with your right career path. Right? Yeah, look at that, cycles. Spirit wants you to get outside the box here. Really have a good, long, passionate think about what you really are passionate about and what you'd love to do. Don't repeat or go back to an old job, and don't maybe go do the same career path you've always done. There's something here about learning something you're passionate about, because Spirit wants you to align to your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing. And possibly in the past there's something that you haven't enjoyed doing, or it's not your purpose, right? So Spirit's wanting you to change a cycle that you've like got yourself into with learning something new and stopping an old way of an old career path, all right? There's an old career path that needs to stop. There's a lot of support out there in your community, possibly. Blessing, you need to talk to me. And there's a lot of Blessing, you need to talk to me. There's a lot of changes going on, yes, but there's also support. There's support here in your community. There's someone you can talk to that's going to align you with some sort of career path. I'm also seeing university, college study for you, whether you've done it or whether you want to go and do it, okay? There's definitely a shedding of the old you and the beginning of a new you in 2026, but you need to align with your new career path, okay? And it's your responsibility, all right, to do this for yourself. You will be aligning with a job that you have more responsibility in as well. Like you have more responsibility with this new path that's coming in towards you. This will be the last reading today, guys, and the last slide for 2025. Yeah, you have purpose here. There's something about design, maybe like you want to do design or marketing, design for marketing or IT or anything like that. When these cards come up, anything to do with fashion or sales, makeup or jewelry is also coming through. Maybe you want to design something, maybe you want to learn something where you're able to create something as well, okay? But there is some sort of like main purpose that you're here for, right? Okay. If you want a personal reading, anyone that's jumping on now, it is the end of my live. If you want a private reading, you can contact me via my link below. I feel, Blessing, that you already know what it is that you want to do and be and become. And you have like, you'll get there. I just want to say you're going to get there, but you need to, other people can support you with figuring out what this new career path is, because I think the old one needs shedding here with the cycles being over. Thank you for being here today. This was my last live of 2025. I will not be doing lives in 2026. There will only be 2 a month in and around the full and new moons. I hope that you are all amazing, feeling amazing, and I hope that you all have an amazing New Year's Eve. I'm really excited for 2026. It is the year of one. Please look on the video section of the channel. There'll be video section on my channel. There will be a daily reading there every single day. Okay, yes, every single day. There will be random as well reads in regards to channel messages that I will be bringing through. I will also be doing series in the near future on my channel about healing and what it is and how to do it, and manifestation as well. And I will be using that series of healing videos to write my new book, okay? So I'm excited. I mean, I've got a lot in the hopper. Thank you for all supporting me, for always being there and always showing up. It's time that I need to show up for myself now for what I need to do and what path I need to move forward with. So thank you, and I love you all. I won't be too far away. If you want a private reading, you can email me. And, you know, I won't be too far away. Maybe I'll do a random live every now and again just to surprise everybody. And as I'm saying that, it's nearly 222, and I'm going to stop it at 22. Completion. Thank you, and bye-bye.